Hey everybody, and Tony here with a review of Tchaikovsky's The Nutcracker, headlined by the Russian National Ballet, which I saw at the Urania Berlin. And this production of The Nutcracker is quite similar to the Bolshoi ballets, mostly because in the first act, we see the Nutcracker doll as a sort of sentient automaton dancing with Clara, and we also have some similar costumes, some similar choreography, and of course, some similar backdrops to the Bolshoi ballets. With that said, let's get on to what I thought about the dancers, starting off with tonight's Clara, who was done by Anna Serogina, who also did one of the minor roles of Swan Lake yesterday. She was absolutely lovely as Clara. She was able to make her this sweet, loving, and caring teenager with that lithe and lovely physique, and of course, her girlish charms. In the very first act, she was able to make Clara quite playful and very loving, and in the second act, she also managed to maintain that playfulness, but at the same time, she made Clara into a lovely young woman through her motions, through her expressions, and through everything she had to offer as a ballerina. She was absolutely wonderful as Clara that I practically had my eyes glued to her. She was magnetic in the way that made her charming. She was absolutely fine as a performer that I cannot wait to see where her future will go as a prima ballerina. Her Nutcracker Prince was done by the equally fine Dmitry Polyakov, and he had a certain grace to him which was completely unparalleled. He was a fine gentleman of the stage. He was able to move so wonderfully like a gazelle, and he had this agility which made him all the more alluring. And his chemistry with Anna Serogina's Clara was very palpable. I could definitely feel those moments where they get together and they do their pas de deux. And every time they get together to dance, it is just like watching heaven unfold. They had such superb chemistry that I was completely invested in both of their performances. They had a lot of magical moments, and they had, of course, wonderful chemistry. Herr Drosselmeyer was done by the equally fine Dmitry Abramov, and his agility, his masculinity, and the overall charm he has as a danseur are absolutely in great evidence. The way he was able to make Drosselmeyer an enigmatic yet sympathetic figure was very well done, all thanks to his zero gravity like leaps and, of course, that masculinity that he presented in this particular role. Egor Burbas Fritz was absolutely charming and fun in his own special way. What with that mischievousness and that cheekiness he has to offer, I thought that he was absolutely fine as a dancing actor. Stealing the show as the Mouse King was once again Maxim Gurtovik, whose charisma, whose absolute dedication as a danseur, and of course the way he was able to bring out the menace of this character made him very alluring. He was able to find a lot of wonderful moments with this iconic villain that I was practically on cloud 9 every time he appeared on stage. The same thing I can say about Maxim Semenov's superb performance as the Harlequin and Tatiana Alpidovskaya's gorgeous and sweet performance as Columbine. The way these two danced, whether they do it separately or together, was absolutely well done. And of course, their chemistry was quite palpable as they managed to look really adorable together. I also have to give major props to Anastasia Abramova's and Karim Mubarakshin's great performance as the Spanish Chocolate, Maxim Semenov's and Victoria Savoyan's gorgeous performances as the Oriental dancers, Dmitry Abramov's and Tatiana Alpidovskaya's wonderfully energetic performances as the Chinese tea, Alexei Ryumin's, Bulat Gatin's, and Konstantin Dunayev's energetic, masculine, exciting, and charismatic performances as the Russian Trepak, Rostislav Desnitsky's, Dmitry Abramov's, Maria Vyuk's, and Lyudmila Zakharova's gorgeous performances as the Waltz of the Flowers, and of course, all the members of the Corps de Ballet for doing excellent jobs as the backup dancers, not only for the snowflakes and the flowers and the children and every other supporting character. And it was just an effort that was superbly well done, and everyone contributed to the best of his or her abilities. So overall, the dancers were absolutely superb from beginning to end. But I really have to give it to Anna Serogina's and Dmitry Polyakov's great chemistry as Clara and the Nutcracker Prince. I also have to give major props to Oksana Mokaeva's wonderfully gorgeous performance as the Sugar Plum Fairy, as she was able to bring in a certain grace to this character. And of course, I also had another picture taken with her. And returning as our narrator was the ever bubbly, ever charismatic, and ever gorgeous storyteller Jeannie, portrayed by Marina Benyashvili, whose charisma, charm, and sense of beauty and wonder made her very alluring. And when I met Miss Benyashvili in the autograph signing session, she was very nice enough to not only sign this program, but also had a picture with me. And this was definitely a moment that will live on forever and ever. So overall, tonight's production of the Nutcracker was absolutely fabulous, with such wonderful dancing and, of course, the charismatic narration done by Jeannie. I have to say that everyone was really fabulous from beginning to end. And for those of you who caught this particular production of the Nutcracker, what did you think of it? Did you feel like the main ballerina and the main danseur did so wonderfully? Did you feel like there was another danseur or ballerina that kind of stole his or her thunder? Or did you feel like there was something that just didn't really hold up? Comment below and let me know. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for my review of Tchaikovsky's Sleeping Beauty, once again at the Urania Berlin. So until then, good night everybody and happy holidays.